Sitters, I know that babysitting can be one of the scariest jobs, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, if you're new, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload, so you don't miss any great tips and tricks for babysitting or on how to become a better babysitter. Today I'm going to share with you some stories and reasons why I think babysitting can be one of the scariest jobs. And if you've never thought about these reasons or are not scared about any of these reasons, good. Don't be scared about them. So these are some things that I have overthought, and for 10 years. It's been ongoing for 10 years, but hey, I just worry. So the first one, which has never happened to me, it's happened to my dad when we were younger with my sister, losing a child. Now, I take kids places. We go to Target, or pre-COVID, we go to Target, we go to activities, we'd go to the gym, gymnastics, not like working out gym, gymnastics. So we went to places that were very crowded. And one of my biggest fears is losing a kid that is not mine. Now, I'm not going to say that losing my kid would be better. I don't even have any yet. But losing somebody else's kid and having to call them and say, I've lost your child. I think that is one of my biggest fears as a babysitter / nanny. And my dad, when we were younger, my older sister was playing hide and seek. He didn't know she was playing hide and seek, but she was playing hide and seek, and she got into one of those racks that were circular and hid in the middle. And he went full panic, and everybody was searching for her, and she just thought it was a big game of hide and go seek. And every time he tells me that story, that pops up in my mind of, oh man, I hope I never lose a kid in a store or at a park or anything like that. So that was my biggest fear. So my next one, or my next thought, is that it seems very silly, but to keep the kids alive. Now, all jokes aside, when you go to babysit, somebody is handing over to you their world. You're in charge of a life at that point. And I think that is very scary sometimes, that I want to make sure that they don't choke on something, or they don't run into the street and get hit by a car, or they don't fall down the stairs or end up going in an ambulance. So that's a big fear of mine, is I just make sure things are safe, and I check places before we go, do a sweep of the room, make sure they can't hit their heads on anything if they're younger, and just do a safety sweep is like what I like to call it. I know it sounds funny, but it's definitely a big fear of mine, ending up going in an ambulance with a kid to the hospital. Again, giving mom that call, hey, you need to stop dinner, you need to stop your night out because you need to meet us at the hospital. It's not something I want to do. My grandmother always used to say, as long as the kids were alive and in bed when she got home, she thinks the sitter did a great job. So that alive part has always stuck with me, of like, it's true. You need to keep them alive, obviously. This is where all your training comes in. Your CPR certification, your first aid training, your babysitting courses, watch videos on what to do in an emergency. You want to make sure you're really prepared for stuff like that. Now, this isn't so much scary anymore now that I've been doing it for 10 years, but young Lydia was terrified of unknown noises in the house. Now, if you have an imagination like mine, it can run wild. And I'm telling you, my mind or my imagination does not stop. And younger Lydia was terrified of just the normal noises, normal house noises that I didn't know the house had because it was a new house for me sitting. So it's like noises like the refrigerator or the air conditioning turning on or a house just settling itself. Those noises really freaked me out. Or like the one time I didn't know there was a cat in the house, and I had no idea what to do because I kept hearing noises, and come to find out it was just their pet cat, and they didn't tell me about it. So those things, although aren't threatening, can be very scary, especially to somebody like younger Lydia that was terrified of everything. So your imagination running wild. There was one time where there was some tapping on the window, and it had just been a treat, but my imagination said nope, and it made up a whole scenario that didn't need to scare me at all, but it did. So just realizing what is reality versus your imagination. So this job is based on trust. You are walking into somebody's home and they are trusting you to do everything correctly and take care of their children, which is their whole world, while they go out and enjoy the night and not have to worry about their kids. And that is a big job. That's a big deal, that somebody is trusting you with their children. So I don't take it lightly. I take it very seriously, that when somebody even refers my name to another family, I am very appreciative, because that means they trust me. They trust me with their kids. They trust me with their kids' lives. So I think babysitting is very rewarding, but again, can be a very scary job. If you guys have had any scary moments in babysitting or nannying, let me know down in the comment section below. I guess my biggest one was the tree tapping on the window, but let me know yours down in the comment section below. If you guys have any questions, let me know as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.